Yep. At least that's what it says. So if it's anything different, then please.
Well, I will be checking, as I do.
Good.
We don't
All
want
right.
a repeat of last time. Or the first time.
No, like, yeah, the very first time that was different, but now we have a whole new setup, and I think everything's going butter smooth.
Oh,
Speaking of butter smooth, says I'm live on here.
I see it.
Yeah, I'm here. I did it.
There's a depressing empty box for Hayden.
Yep, that's a shame. All right, well, I'm gonna start.
Need to adjust my face to be a little.
Well, you can just sit
closer.
forward and let people see your beautiful face. If not, then I can just try and zoom in on my end. In any case, oh, Hayden actually responded. So, all right, I'm going to start with the intro. Howdy, folks, and welcome, both past and present. Welcome, I guess, and future, if you're watching this in the future. Welcome back to the Nightmare of Lochholt, everyone. It's been a week. I've been sick, so now we're back together. After some time. It's a modified adventure based off of Chaosium's The Haunting. My name is Ray. I am your keeper of arcane lore. To save breath and time and sanity, I'll be known as the Keeper for short, or the GM. I'm here with our wonderful players, Skylar and Bryson. Hayden is a little...
Wait, I think he might be here. He might be showing up.
Is he here?
On time.
Every time, right when you say his name.
No way.
Amazing.
Impossible. No way on earth.
Like Bloody Mary. You say Hayden 3 times, he shows up.
What are the odds he shows up?
Well, hey.
Totally right when you said
Right.
Hey, there he is. I think he just farted up right on top of Sky's cam, so I'm gonna... Oh, nope, that's Sky. I'm gonna move people around. This is why we do it post or pre-stream. But
Yeah,
your
right.
camera's going right here. In any case, how are you doing, Hayden?
Doing good.
It's been a week.
A whole week.
Let's see. Blurp.
Whoa.
There we go.
How time works.
It has been some time. How you doing?
Sent to our
Doing good.
sodomize.
Good. Awesome. So that's it. I guess I'll just go into the recap. All right. Last we left off, our investigators had a harrowing experience with a strange old lady in the depths of the forest surrounding Seathen's Lake. At the end of their conversation, the home began to shake and collapse under the weight of what seemed to be thousands of rats that pulled the ground into a pit. It collapsed, leaving her mysteriously either dead, vanished, who really knows of her fate, but either way, you all survived. All made it out alive with, if so, a little shaken up. The following morning, Mr. Smith, Irving's personal driver, had found a message on Mr. Patterson's doorstep. In it was a $100 parcel along with a note saying to stay away from the investigation. This didn't seem to deter you all, as you all searched the missing Richard Gray's apartment. Careful investigation yielded strange feathers, lengthy scratches along the walls, overturned furniture, a replaced glass door, and a strange voice-recorded cylinder, which was placed beneath the floorboards under the bed. We enter as the 3 of you make your exits at separate times, 2 of you leaving towards the library, and 1 of you following a man that may have been watching you all as you entered the apartment. But before I get ahead of myself, like I usually do, let's do some luck and skill improvements.
Yes. Gotta get those skills up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let's go.
Also, Howard,
Yes.
please note on your character sheets, if you can edit, that you have a movement of 8 and a damage bonus of -1.
What?
You have a movement rate of 8, and you have a damage bonus of -1.
Why -1?
Because let me pull up your character sheet so that all the audience can see. Your strength is 60 and your size is 25, which adds up to 75. So there's a calculation. It's like, let me actually scroll down and see it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's -1.
No, I get an extra
think
9 in
plus 0.
stealth.
Yeah, I think
upgraded it, actually.
Whoa, nice.
Yeah.
On your listen, hard success. Good job.
Well, I
We're
don't get
trying to
listen because
fail.
you have to get more.
Oh right, you have to fail. You have
I
to
do
fail.
get
I
9
forget it's
to
opposite.
stealth, which is pretty
Right.
good.
That is really
Bring
good.
on the failures. Oh man.
So Bryce
Bring on the
succeeded
failure.
in improvement checks on stealth, Hayden in locksmith, Sky in listen. Oh, wow, you also
And
got another
psychology.
spot hidden, Hayden. Good job. In psychology.
Now you
What,
can
what
do
was your
even more.
psychology on again?
I did it on a woman, I think, or something. So we were
Alright.
talking to someone. I was trying to figure out within like I do like an insight check, I guess.
Right.
Was it when we tried to get into that apartment?
Yeah.
I think it was,
that
yeah.
whole
It was
thing
one of the
where
neighbors.
Or I had to pay to get in.
So that's for
Yeah.
my listen. Ooh.
Nice.
And that's for my. Ooh. Look at me.
Whoa,
putting
you got a 10?
psychological-
I think the
Yeah.
maximum
A
you can
9
have on
I
a
got
skill.
9 and a 10.
Jeez, that's really good.
Ah, that's
So-
great for you, man.
So remember, you can only have a maximum of 95 in the skill. I don't think I mentioned that before. It's just supposed to. You're just supposed to have like an
No
amount.
100%ing.
Yeah, you can't succeed all the time. There has to be like a small chance to fail.
No
My
guarantee.
listen-
And let me
my
know
listen
if you
just went
get.
up to 84.
And let me know
guarantee
if you
in
get
life.
above a 90 in a skill, because I believe you regain some sanity. Also, oh, it's not the start of a new day, so you don't heal just yet.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Everyone ready to?
All right, yeah.
Do
If
I
we're
have
ready,
my move? Do I have to write down my movement?
Oh yeah, how do we do the luck one again?
luck.
Just roll
Right.
If you used it, you roll d10 and add it.
I think I rolled luck,
I
so
rolled 5.
I'll roll for that.
Nice. You got a 6. That's one more than.
Nice.
I think luck also works the same way. It's also up to 95, though I can look at it.
I think I made a net
Sky?
positive on that one.
Yeah.
Sky, you got a 10 on that? On luck?
Luck I got 5. I rolled that before I rolled the skills.
All right.
Yes.
Well, sweet. If we're all ready, we'll change up the ambiance here. Town.
I wish I got 10 on that. Get me up to almost 70.
Alrighty. Well, it's around 10 or so o'clock. It stopped raining a little bit ago, and people seem to be bustling around in town. It's an early morning. People walking to their jobs. Kids are walking to school. What would you guys like to do? Two of you were making your way towards the library, if I remember correctly. Unless there's any other change of plans that you guys want to make.
I don't remember what was going on.
Like, why were we going to the library? I don't
Right.
Oh, we were going to listen
we
to
trying
the
to-
tape. We were
Ah,
going to listen to
yes.
that recording.
Also, the bird guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta find him.
And Howard, where we left off with you, as you were waiting at the top of the stairs, you saw a man. I forget the original description, so I'll just fart something up. You see a taller man, shaved sides of his head with like blonder, combed back hair, thin, more messy looking mustache, but a three-piece suit that's in a dark green coloration, some thin gray stripes along the middle. He seems to be checking a small pocket watch, claps it shut, and then looks both ways before leaving the actual stairwell down. Before he's satisfied, he takes one last look at his pocket watch and begins stepping down at a casual pace.
It's a tall drink of water right there.
I believe Howard, Hayden's character, was going to follow him, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think. Yeah. That was as we were leaving.
Right. So, if we would like, let's do the library first. So, let's position your characters at the library. Oh, I'm on ruler. So the library would be this estate right up here.
I know this building.
The big tall one, very nice looking. Inside, you see the same interior, wide and open, with long, tall rows of books
I spent the whole first episode in this.
Yes, you did. And you're in the library. How would you like to proceed?
Cause a commotion. No.
Knock
No.
over some books. Chaos.
Start putting books in places they don't go.
Fiction.
Is there like
Non-fiction.
a receptionist at the counter or something?
Yeah, there's librarians making their way to and fro. Yeah, there's a person at the front desk. There's actually a couple of people.
I'll get her attention.
Is there a book return?
Hello. Hello, ma'am.
Hello. Darker skin, wavy hair pulled back into a tight bun, wearing librarian, just a typical librarian outfit. Yes?
Yes, was wondering if you had a phonograph available.
Oh,
Or
for
play to play a recording.
A phonograph?
That we have. Yes.
well, it's a relatively new device we implemented just last year, I believe. Oh, yes, it's in the back there, and into that room, and she points behind you all. There's a section of space where people are reading. There's some couches and a small table with a potted, it's obviously fake, but a potted plant in the middle. They're all minding their business, but there is an
They
open
have
doorway
fake plants?
led. What's up?
Did they have fake plants? In the
I would
night?
imagine so, yeah, for decoration.
You can make fake anything.
Yeah.
Any time period. Just
But, like-
random materials.
You know, plastic and such, right?
Fake plants invented. Welcome to
Oh, it
History
says they
101,
were-
folks.
Made in China like 1,500 years ago. Okay, I think you're good.
When were fake plants invented? 1,500 years ago!
No, they
All right,
probably aren't
thanks.
like the fake plants we know.
Yeah,
now.
like typical
Plastic things,
decoration.
yeah.
Maybe
Just
they're
Alright.
plant decoration is not
This is
real.
an educational channel.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Despite the eldritch horror and mystery and murder, this is a very educational channel.
Educational, yes.
Alright, well, there is an open room where it leads into... You see recorders, the record players as well, also just lined up along the wall. There does look to be a
And a
person...
flashback to third grade.
Oh, I hated those things. You couldn't ever tune them.
You
But
know, I
there
still
are...
have it.
I have three.
Really?
Yeah, I still have the
Why
recorder.
would you have three? But there is a room and there is a person in there. Looks like he's winding up just like a long, what's it called, a spool? Long line of tape reel.
Yes, a spool, yeah.
Yeah. That down there is our room. If you have something that you'd like to take a look at,
Thank you, sir.
ma'am.
Ma'am.
She
that
nods
was-
her head and looks down and stamps a book and then shoves it aside and goes back to her routine.
Is there a book
Theater of the
I mean, a
mind.
book. Wow. Is there a book return here?
Yes. She looks back up.
Book return at a
I'll
library.
return the books that I borrowed like the first session.
Being a responsible citizen.
Right. She takes them. History. Thank you very much. I hope you found it enlightening.
I absolutely did. Thank you for the pleasure of reading them.
Of course. Please peruse our books. I'm sure there's something else you'll find interesting. She looks down and she begins going back to her routine. All right. So to the recording room, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yes. In the room, there's recording devices. I don't know what they're called.
Really?
I don't know what they're called.
Phonograph, I believe.
Yeah, phonograph, but is that? No, never mind. I'll just go with
I
phonograph.
think you can record on
There's a couple of those actually set up. There's 3, and the person who's winding out the tape and reloading it back into a reel looks over at you all, and he just smiles and nods his head, and then goes back to his business. It looks like he may have messed up on something and dropped it and just sprayed everywhere. So he's currently fixing his mistake. But other than that, room is relatively empty. How was you have?
Okay, so there was a guy in the room.
Yes, there is a guy in the room. You also Jeremiah, I believe we discussed this last time, but we mentioned that you do have one of these at your apartment.
Oh, it's like a listening thing.
Yeah, a recorder, phonograph. I believe that's something that we had mentioned. If you're looking for something more private, otherwise this right here is fine.
Just leave Howard
Now,
behind.
do we want to unleash eldritch horrors on the library? I mean, if it's the library in my house, I know what I prefer. But
It's a library. They see worse.
That's fair. What'd you guys like to do?
YOLO.
Well,
Putting it in?
not yet. Maybe we like get this guy out of the room somehow.
How would you like to do so?
Well, what was he doing?
He's currently he's
saw that.
reloading like film
Well,
tape
yeah,
back
right.
into the cylinder.
Reloading.
Just turn around and
I think it's called rewinding.
yeah, rewinding, putting tape back into the reel so it's not as messed up. It's like in this jumbled pile. It looks like he dropped it, and he's currently trying to fix it.
We didn't buy those revolvers for nothing.
Yep.
Oh boy. Would you like help with that?
Oh no, thank you.
Is that my voice?
I got it. I
Do I
got
have
it.
a voice? Can't Ryan Big have a voice? I don't remember.
It's been 2 weeks. Go ahead and make a new one.
Like, do I give my character a British accent? I don't remember.
No, I don't remember. He never had a
I
British
don't
accent.
think so. It doesn't fit. I'll have to talk like normal.
No, thank you. I got this. My mistake.
No, we insist.
What?
No, really, I got this. It's not that trouble. Plus, I messed it up. It's my job to put this back.
No, really.
Puts hand on shoulder.
Give me a persuade. All right.
They're an
What is-
intimidate.
Who's giving persuade right
think
You're
it might
gonna
be.
intimidate him.
now?
I'll use my dodge to.
Ah,
Now, see, my character wouldn't try to intimidate him, so I'll leave that
My
up
persuade
to
is
Howard
bad.
here.
I'm already with someone else, so you know.
yeah. That's
Like,
me.
good
That-
persuade.
I'm
A
with you.
62 out of 10 does not succeed. I'm afraid.
I don't.
I will also try to persuade.
All right,
Wow.
extreme
Wow.
Color me
success.
surprised. Why
12
87
over
in persuade?
87. That's really impressive. Sure. It's like, you take a look at it, see what you can do.
Okay. Well,
I'm probably more skilled with my
being
hands than you.
quite experienced in libraries and such, I assume I'd probably be kind of good at that, right?
Yeah, it's just a simple matter of like untangling some of the spools of tape that seem to have wrapped around into small knots, but it does take some time to.
You might argue library use would be irrelevant.
But hear me out.
You could
Electrical repair.
Electrical repair. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's good.
But what about
but-
mechanical repair?
No, it's just a bunch of simple knots. You untangle it in just in no time. You hand it back to him after winding it back up, and he nods and thank you very much. Good day. And he nods and turns and leaves.
Good.
We did it.
Can we lock the door, or is it
We
just...
beat the boss.
It's an open room.
You just stayed there and then put the film.
There's no doors.
Okay.
It's a good thing I have this portable door in my equipment. Just kidding.
I don't recall adding that to your equipment.
Right, everyone's gonna hear it.
Well, we'll just if they didn't want messages audibly being heard throughout the library, they shouldn't have this room in here without a door. So it's their fault, really. I do want to listen to it, so
Okay.
let's get rid of that sanity.
Why not? We'll listen to it. Right here in this public library.
What's going on in there? What the heck? Okay. Okay, cool. So you're loading it in.
Yes.
Cool. Let me change out the music.
Change out the music.
Alrighty.
I should probably turn this.
Starts playing death metal.
All right. So, it is technically a handout. However, it is an audio recording, so it's me doing it. So I'll give it to you. You have the 16th handout, which I think is the last one.
Oh no! Oh, the last one.
Which should be, yeah. There are a couple that don't have.
That means we're only missing 5.
There are a couple of them, mind you, that don't have the title of handout on them, that are like separate things that you can find elsewhere. They're not like story based, they're more like clues.
Collectibles.
So, should you find them, they should provide interesting. Alright, so
Yeah, I was about to say that.
the canister begins to spin in place, and you begin to hear a voice. After some audio crackle, his voice, a man's voice, you get the sense that it's older. There's some shuffling of materials around before you hear the crunch of like a bed and then some springs supporting the weight of someone. My name is Richard Matthias Gray. If you're hearing this, it means something terrible has happened to me. I don't have the time to disclose every last detail concerning my predicament, so I will keep this recording brief. I'm a professor of biology at Miskatonic University, here in Massachusetts. Outside of my professional studies, I dedicate the majority of my time investigating the unnatural wonders of this world. Relics of a bygone era, mysterious creatures that lurk in the hidden shadows of our realm, and of the elder things that lie in the fringe of our most possible imaginations. For the last few years, my research has brought me here, to this town of Lochholt, following the stories of a creature known as the Birdman. Native cultures believe this beast to be an omen of death or plague. It has been seen across the world in many places, said to have the head and wings of a bird and the body of a man. In 1914, I was lucky enough to meet a British soldier who had taken a picture of this beast, which hovers above the field of the Western Front in the Great War. In the audio recording, you can hear distant scratching. I've left it at my old office, along with much of my research at Miskatonic. The trail of the Birdman has led me here. In the early 1850s, it was sighted on multiple occasions, where locals are believed to have disappeared. I was looking into it before my problems began to arise. There is sickness here, something I cannot explain. There is a reason why only a few souls remain here after such a while, driving people away as if it were their own volition. I can see the skies darkening, my stomach churns. My birds flapping and squawking is relentless. There is a home here which has remained dormant for centuries. A local news building burnt down, and any records considering the old church and its dark history seems abnormally vacant. Something is happening here. Someone holds the answers to the sickness I feel. My head throbs as I speak these words. You hear distant knocking. There's someone knocking at my door. If someone should hear these words and should follow in my footsteps, heed my warnings. Trust no one. There's a dark secret here that someone wants to keep hidden. Find my journal and the book of folklore at the library. I found it useful. I will make for the house tonight. God help me. The recording ends with the sound of distant glass shattering and the sound of a traceless roar. I would like all of you to roll a d4 of sanity loss, or...
I'm not there.
Except Hayden. Or I guess...
Cool. So for you.
Dang.
And with a loud click, the audio ends.
So I lose that much sanity?
Yeah.
That is too bad.
A nice 4.
That's right.
So,
Oh yeah, that's a 4 for everyone at home. 'Cause
yep,
Ray won't
Bryce
put the
rolled a
rolls
4.
on the stream. So.
Bryce rolled a 4 and Sky rolled a 2, even though it is a little bit crooked here on screen. So, as the recording ends with that strange roar, it sounds half like a bird screech, but like also tones of a human screaming bloody murder. It's enough for goosebumps to just trail up your arms, hair standing on end. And there's some definite stares from the people reading outside. Their eyes are like widened and they just go back to their books. Like, what on earth was that?
I'm all like shocked. Like, what was that? That was awful sounding.
He mentioned a book in his report.
The other guy's also shocked, but you know, about half as much.
Oh, yes, there was a book. Yeah, he said it was here?
Yes, at the library.
As well as a journal. Do we have his journal?
His journal?
Yeah. There's a book
No.
of folklore and his journal.
Yeah, but the book of folklore is at the library.
One of you, give me an intelligence roll, or whatever.
Ooh, I'm a smart guy. I'll do it.
Are you smarter than me,
Or-
though?
Well, I have
your
a good
choice of history
70
or
in
I have
intelligence.
70 as well.
okay. Both of you can. One of you can.
I'll do it.
Dang! Both successes. Bryce got a 34 over 70, and Sky got a 4 over 70. Dang.
It's
Or a
not double
couple
rolling
of
the dice for
numbers.
me anymore.
Yeah, that's
I'm so glad.
Is there some? Did you fix that?
No,
Huh.
I absolutely
Okay.
not.
Well, both of you remember that the journal that he's mentioning. You remember that Artie over at Lochholt Papers mentioned that officials had taken the diary,
It's gonna be a
the
heist.
journal.
Wait, who had taken it?
The officials, when they had searched the place. He said that was one of the things he was looking for, but they had taken it.
Generic officials.
The cops,
Yeah.
anyone with like a
The order
badge.
cops from Wish. Officials.
Can we get a couple officials down here? All right.
It's just
So-
like a county.
Looking for the good kind or the economy kind?
The economy kind will run you a little cheaper.
Economy officials.
All right.
They don't have uniforms, just button-ups.
All right. So what do you guys do now?
Well, let's find that book on folklore first.
Yeah, let's
Since we're here at the library.
Let's go.
Sounds
Make
good.
sure to take the cylinder off the photograph.
All right. You pop it off and you put it back in your inventory. Your
My
bags,
inventory.
wherever you keep stuff.
Just in my pocket.
There's this bulge of a cylinder. They're just in your pockets. Excellent. Well, why don't we skip over to Hayden and see what he's up to?
Times.
So, you're following this man. This man leaves, but you notice that he isn't going in the direction of the library. Actually, he's cutting across the street. I will show you. Can you see this arrow?
Yes.
Okay. He's heading off this direction.
Follow.
Okay. Give me a... are you trying to be stealthy? There are some people out and about.
Trying to not make it seem obvious.
Okay. So give me a stealth roll. Nice. A success with a 61 over 70. 61 over 75. Cool. All right. You trail behind him. Got his hands in his pockets and he's looking side to side. No one's coming on the streets. He wanders past. Cuts through this house here. And begins walking along the sidewalk. Making his way towards the main road. He looks side to side again. And he begins heading off towards the police station.
He's gonna snitch.
Does he go in police station?
He's getting there. As he walks up to the
hangs
front
around.
doors. Yeah, as he...
Looks through the
it's
window.
it's a casual... yeah, looks in, the cop's like... What are you doing? But he looks around before he actually steps in to see if anyone's watching. I'd like you to make another stealth check if you could.
Nice.
Okay.
Stealthy boy.
Ah.
Not so stealthy.
Ah, darn.
Hey, push it. Push the roll. Do it.
Pushing it.
Or, you could
Oh,
do...
also-
luck, probably better.
Hayden. Oh, never mind. You were here. Never mind. Never mind. I was going to say, did you roll luck? But yes, you did. You were here.
Yeah.
You popped in right as we begin.
Yep.
So, are you pushing it or using luck?
Only
that'd be
10. That's what the luck's
10
for.
luck. Ah.
So
What is he gonna
pretty
do
good.
if he spots me, like, looking at him? I mean,
You'll get shot.
reasonably. I'm just a hobo.
Hey!
Pulls out a rocket launcher.
No
That was my
hesitation.
phrase.
Just like,
Oh,
I've
my
been waiting to
phrase
use
is not
this.
very good.
Field artillery gun.
These haven't even been invented
You know
yet.
what? Let's push it. I have a 75, right?
He's pushing it?
Oh.
What's the likelihood that I'm gonna fail? 1 in 4, but still. Hey.
Nice. Good.
Woof. We pushed the stealth roll with a 41 over 75. All right, luckily you are able to bleed into the crowd, people walking side by side, making their way towards jobs or the occasional car passing by. You see him stare around, his eyes fall on you for a second before he looks somewhere else. He doesn't seem to take too much mind. But as he turns and looks, he opens up the door and strides inside. Where do you go from here?
Let's go back to the library and report what I found. We were
Okay.
indeed being followed, and it was the police.
All right. You get there about the same time as when the recording finishes up. You both stand up and you put the recording back and you begin looking for the other book. At this time, as you're leaving the room, you notice the door across the library opens up, revealing the form of Howard Hudson. And Howard, you see them across the room as well.
All right, walk over to them.
All right, you're all together again.
Let's find a book on folklores.
So, what was on the recording?
Oh no, this Richard Gray guy was... He was just telling us about this tales of the Birdman.
Yeah.
Birdman.
Yeah.
Bird.
I think it might be what we're looking for, but
He said in the recording to look for a book on folklore at the library. So
yes.
it's over here.
Well, we will also need to find his journal later. But
Yeah.
Potentially.
So there was someone following us, and that guy ended up going to the police station. So the police may have heard our little conversations and whatnot while we were in that apartment.
I don't trust them. The police haven't really been very helpful when it comes to information. That seems suspicious. When we need to act quickly.
All right. So you're looking around for a book, or what's your plan of attack now?
Well,
I'm gonna look for a book
I
on
mean,
folklore.
yeah, look for the book. Probably
Yeah, give me
start
some.
with going up to the librarians up front and asking where it would be, as you...
Yeah. All right. Same lady you had talked to before. She looks like she's reading a book and sipping some tea. She looks up at you all. She puts down her things, straightens her glasses, leans forward. Welcome back. Anything I can do you for?
Oh, ma'am, I was just looking for a book on some folklore.
That would be in the history section. She points off towards the back. Towards the farther end of the library. Be down there. There's a tab that says history on it. It shouldn't be too hard to find.
Thank you.
course.
And I'll go there.
Sweet.
But
Give since you got directions, it won't take you too long to find it, but give me a
library use.
library use.
Yes.
All right, it's applicable.
Dang it.
I will allow all of you to give me one attempt, unless you want to push it. Oh,
Well, let's see
how
what-
about you, Jeremiah? Bryce got a 75 over
this
63.
was-
Hayden got a 60 over 20.
Oh boy.
doing library use.
And good old Jeremiah.
Oh.
Extreme success!
Nice.
2
Nice.
over 30. Dang, mark
Let's
that
go.
off. Heck yeah. All right, sweet. All right. This one, there's a lot to it, but this is one of the few that isn't labeled as a handout. Still good job.
We don't
All
need
right.
handouts.
So, you take a book out that's called Folklore. There's a couple of them, but you're lucky enough to thumb through the pages, and something catches your eye. The Birdman. There's a page called The Birdman. There's a couple pages in there.
Massachusetts Birdman.
The Massachusetts Birdman.
Yeah. Jersey Devil from Wish. Massachusetts Birdman.
But the numbers are paragraphs, so you don't have to read the whole thing. You can just sort of popcorn if you want, or you can read the whole thing. It's up to you. You're the one who found it.
Yes, popcorn reading.
Who? Is it me?
Yeah.
Or okay.
So yeah, go ahead and read that.
Alrighty. Ooh. Okay. Here we go. The Massachusetts Birdman is said to be an omen, appearing mysteriously before or after various disasters, or deaths of suspicious circumstances. Eyewitnesses report feeling sensations of sickly unease and deep dread. It has also been said to carry with it, is it fetid?
Fetid, yeah, fetid.
Fetid aromas described to be assaulting to one's senses, such as feces, rotting flesh, and vegetation, etc. Those that claim to have sighted the beast say it has the crooked body of a man, the featherless head of a corvid, and a wingspan twice the size of the average man. Sightings fall back earlier than the 1800s and continue to be seen around the world. It was said to be sighted before the Battle of Gettysburg and as recently as the Great War. It is uncertain if there are multiple of these entities. However, theologists say the Birdman is a messenger from God, sent to where blood and terror run rampant. Of all sightings, most appear to be reported in the American state of Massachusetts. It is said to be seen after several local disappearances in the town of Lochholt between the years 1851 and 1852. More recent sightings take place in Arkham in 1905 and in Boston days before the dreadful molasses flood in 1919.
Nice. Good historical reference.
Whoop-bam!
Bang.
It's looking up like any sort of tragedies that happened in Massachusetts, like, the Boston molasses flood. I've heard of this before. Sweet. Thank you.
But definitely does feel like it's Mothman, because Mothman also appears before disasters and things like that. Yes.
Coincidence? I think not.
Whoa.
I'm gonna reload this page real quick. It's giving me fits.
Sure thing.
Well,
So we've all read this now, right?
Yeah.
The characters.
Yeah, either out loud or we pass it around. Yeah, you'll have all had the chance to look at it.
Okay.
Hey, did we get handout 16?
Handout 16 was technically the recording, but I will give it to you.
Sure.
See if I can find it, just so you can read over what the recording was all about.
Yeah.
Gray's. So handout 16 is labeled as Gray's recording.
Nice.
I see.
Why does it look blank?
Does it look blank to you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's audio, you're not supposed to read it. Just imagine it being read to you. Anyways, it doesn't really matter.
But is it actually blank to you guys? Are you guys not able to see it?
It is blank.
That's so weird. Hold on, I think I have an idea. All right. So anyway, what is your plan of action now?
Well, we read the folklore and myths. And do we know where that is? Richard Gray's diary
His
is?
journal?
All right, you guys should be able to.
It would be at the police station.
I don't think they give us
They're the
access.
ones who took him.
The police station?
They're the ones who
Yeah.
set up the crime scene, didn't they?
Yes.
Well,
Yeah, it would be
they
over
were.
there.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna be tough because I don't think they'll just give it to us.
We could always go to the what's it called?
The asylum?
The Sanitarium. Yeah.
Yeah, that was another place of interest you guys
Yes.
wanted to visit.
We do
Oh, you
do
guys should be
that.
able to see it now.
There it is.
There we
Sweet.
go.
All right, excellent.
But yeah, why not? Let's go to the asylum.
I could sit in the police station and listen in on their conversations for a little bit if you want.
Sure. Yeah.
See if I can find
There's an
any.
opportunity to figure out where that
See
diary
if I can
is.
figure out
Or,
where the evidence room is.
yeah. Would be
I just need someone
I
else
think
to
that's what we
hold
need to
all
do.
of my possessions, except for the alcohol.
Oh, what are you? What are you so afraid of?
all your possessions, as in you're going to be in this parking lot naked.
No. More like I'm probably gonna get thrown in a cell.
Oh.
Might be likely.
Yes. I'll hold on to your possessions. I'll just take them over to, Mr. Smith's place. You can hold on to them for you.
You may also need to post my bail later, but don't worry about that.
Oh.
$7,000.
That's a little much for the night.
That's a lot. That's a lot of money.
All right.
For a hobo.
This man is never getting out.
Sounds like a plan. I guess we ought to go over to Winston's place first. And just
Yeah,
explore
Winston's
some stuff.
place. Okay. You find him. He's in his home.
I'll knock.
You hear some shuffling, and then the doorknob clicks, and he peers out. He immediately straightens as soon as he sees you. Welcome back. I assume you need me.
Yes, Winston. No driving right now, but if you wouldn't mind, we
Well,
have
you are
some
gonna need
things you
driving.
could.
Yeah.
To go to the
Sanitariums.
sanitarium.
Yeah, it
Well,
is a bit of a drive.
Yes, there will be some driving, but also, your job. But
Yes.
also, if you wouldn't mind, we have some things that we need you to hold on to, just for the time being.
What might that be, sir?
All of his possessions.
All of his. And he
Yeah.
points to Howard.
Don't worry, it's not very
Why?
much.
This. Might I ask why, sir?
You just need, you just need to. You'll
Not
be
that
doing me
I've
a
never
huge
questioned your
favor.
judgment before, sir, but this isn't going to forgive me for presuming, but this won't incriminate me, will it?
No, of course not. Why would
None
I?
of his positions are incriminating.
You can't trace it back to me. I'm a hobo.
He places it down on what is a couch. Not much of it. It's kind of ragged. You assume like a dog.
I assure you, it's purely temporary.
There's
We'll be back
lock-picking
for
tools,
all of it soon.
canteen,
What is all
parachute
this?
bag, carbide
Is that
lamp.
a gun?
How many cans of carbide are there? 4 cans of carbide, waterproof match case, a gun, my measly shiv.
Yeah, he nods and allow me to get dressed, sir. And he closes the door. After some time, he shows up, tilts his cap. Okay, let's go. He locks the door behind him. All right.
Alright, if the police won't let you bail me out, then just give me my lockpicking tools, and we'll see how it goes from there.
What are you talking about?
Don't worry about that.
Just
Bail?
ignore him.
Arrest?
He's rambling,
Lockpick tools? The police?
I still have the alcohol.
Alcohol? if they find that on me, I'll be. And he like gets flustered.
It's medicinal. Actually, yeah, that's a really bad crime. Never mind. I'll leave the alcohol in the apartment. I was like, yeah, public intoxication. And I was like, wait, this is prohibition.
Yeah. Remember that last time? Okay, so this very worried driver, Winston closes the door behind him and he leads you over to the garage where he takes the car out. He individually seats you all before getting into his spot and begins to drive off through Lochholt up into the path and road that winds off through the hills. What's up?
Up to the great beyond.
Up into the great beyond, into the sunset.
We were going to the police station. Or the sanitarium.
Are we going to the sanitarium first, or you want to visit the police station?
No,
They're going to the sanitarium. I'm going to go punch the police officer.
Howard is going at the police station at the same time.
You're punching a police officer?
Maybe. We'll see how it goes.
No, we'll just drop you off at the police station.
Yeah,
he's going to listen in anyway. Or you were actually going to be in a cell. Was that
he stops and he like pulls the crank.
If they kick me out, I'll just punch someone and then get put in a cell.
Did you want out, sir? You said. He gestures towards the police station. Right away.
Yes.
And you hop out, make your way across the street towards the police station, and as you do, not to be incriminated, he begins to speed off. Is there any last words? Anything you want to say to each other?
Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck indeed.
Kind of sheepishly wave.
As
we're driving off.
Anything could happen. All right. Good to know.
I don't like that. Writing furiously, typing notes.
Yeah. Hold on. All right. Cool.
Nice.
So.
Rolls 30 dice.
Rolls a D100.
Nothing's going on.
Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. Okay, so you're headed off towards the sanitarium. It is a bit of a drive. An hour or two goes by. The road starts to become more bumpy than actual, road. But you get there after some time.
They really don't care about the sanitarium.
There's a second road as you arrive at the property that seems to be a little bit nicer, that stretches and leads off, you assume, towards Boston. This massive building stands at the crest of a large gated hill, with a small brick building standing beside the open gates. The dirt path extends into a wide parking lot with a massive fountain placed in the center. Almost immediately around the property is a small forested area at the top of the hill. The sanitarium overlooks the city of Boston from a distance. And as the driver pulls up towards the gate, an officer stops him from the little brick building. And as he stomps over to the car, he looks at you all. Mind if I ask your business?
Just visiting a friend.
Mind if I ask who? Do you have an appointment, or?
We don't have an
schedule
appointment,
those in person.
but we would like to schedule one for right now.
Right now, give me a persuasion, or
I will do that.
yeah, whichever's higher, fast talk or persuasion.
Definitely persuasion.
What's your fast talk?
Don't you want to raise your fast talk?
My fast talk sucks. I'd rather.
All right,
roll it.
persuade succeeds. 48 over 87. Nice.
That's right.
And he looks kind of stumped, like he wasn't expecting the answer. He's like,
No one's ever said that before.
"That's fair. That's fair. You might have to be escorted by an officer when you're cruising, when you're going around through the premises on the inside. But yeah, just talk to the lady up front. All right." And he turns around, looks to another officer inside. They're good. All right, go on ahead.
Thank you, sir.
And what's his name? Winston tilts his hat. Thank you, sir. And he begins speeding off towards the. Okay, maybe not speeding off, but he begins making his way towards towards the large open area, parks his car next to a few. You assume there's other visitors, also the employees. He hops out. He walks around the car, opens up your door, Irvin, and does the same with Jeremiah. Is it all right if I stay here in the car, or do you want me to assist you? Or?
It's absolutely all right.
Just drag him along with you.
But we need you to
Look at it.
All right. So
guys.
Going down with us.
all right.
We're gonna
So-
make you less boring.
Employer of the year, right there.
Right, but yeah. You'll stay
right.
there.
All right. As you enter into the large double-sided doors after walking up a set of stairs, the inside does look relatively busy. It's also quite open. It looks like a main common area with people being pushed around in wheelchairs. There's some nurses. One of them comes up to you with a little clipboard. Is there something I can help you with?
Yes, we're just here to see a friend. Somebody by the name of...
Corbett.
Yes, that's right, Corbett.
Corbett, they're down in intensive care. Are you friends or family?
We're just some friends of his.
All right.
We go way back.
That's fair. Fair enough, I suppose. He looks at her clipboard. Is this just a social visit, or what are we up to here? Just say hi? I didn't have anything scheduled.
Are there other kinds of visits? Aren't they all social?
I mean, what's your purpose, I suppose? I don't have anything scheduled for him.
Well,
The
you
last-
know, we just made the appointment, and we're just looking to go see him.
Yes, maybe
It is a social visit.
Yes, of course.
She nods. Well, the officers let you in, so all right. Follow me. And as she turns around,
They'll never make the last judgment.
as you turn around, an officer, a nearby officer, does actually begin to escort you. Walking along with you, the nurse is in front. She leads you down some flights of stairs, and you're taken to a ward called intensive care. The rooms here have large metal doors with windows on the inside. She walks to number 52 and 51, directly opposite from each other. That one is Vittorio, and here is Gabriella. Who would you like to introduce yourself to first? The last visit one hasn't been for a couple months, really. Weren't expecting visitors, so I haven't had the chance to tell them. They might be a little cranky.
Corbett, of course, that's who we're here to visit.
Yes, Vittorio Corbett or Gabriella Corbett.
That was a dude.
Yeah, that was a dude. I thought he had a different name.
Vittorio Corbett is the husband?
That's her last name.
Vittorio
So
Corbett?
it's a young couple that moved into the house, and then
Do none of our handouts
Wait,
have his
crazy.
first name?
I don't think so.
Someone else.
I think it was just the Corbetts.
The
Oh, it
Corbett.
must have been.
Someone probably told us
Oh
at
my
some
God.
point.
I think we were told.
Yeah, handout one
Or-
just says the Corbetts.
That
In 1918, a third
Yeah.
family of the Corbetts rented the
We
house.
got all confused with Macario.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Macario is the
Alright. Victorio.
Macario
Oh,
was
yeah.
baried in the
Yeah.
basement of his
Macario
house.
was the old couple.
Right.
This is the newer couple.
That's right.
we met Miss Macario already. She was crazy.
Oh, so both the Corbetts
Stares
are-
like blindly into this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, just crazy. Anyways, I suppose we'll talk to both of them, but Victorio
Any-
first.
Vittorio? She nods and she taps her finger on the door. Kink, 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 kink. And she unlocks the door and opens it. Vittorio, you have some friends visiting? Is that alright with you? And you hear like a distant grunt. I'll take... She stares at him for a moment. I'll take that as a yes. No sudden movements or anything odd. They're a little disturbed. She...
Going and making squawking.
All right. She
starts like flapping.
She triggers a PTSD thing. Okay, so she opens up the door. Inside, you see a homey-looking room, but with more padded walls. There's, devoid of any sharp edges, but there is a sink. There's a bed, and there's a toilet. All your commodities of a basic apartment room, I guess. So, and you see in the far corner of the room, on his bed, clutching a small book to his chest and rocking, a very thin man. Actually, let me pull up his description so I don't... So he has very shaggy beard, mangy, unkempt hair that shrouds most of his face as he's clutching this book to his chest. Wearing white garments. I wanted to say prison, but he's not in a prison technically.
Well, asylums are pretty much prisons.
Prison of the mind, really.
The jumpsuit.
He's wearing a white jumpsuit, right? So he doesn't seem to acknowledge you as you both poke your head in. Go in and say hi, I think. And the guard behind you is just his arm is folded. He's watching you both very intensely.
Oh, Victorio.
He's just walking.
What's that book you got there?
And he stops. Shh. The floor. Can you see it? It's breathing. Don't wake it.
I'll kind of look at Jeremiah with like some extreme concern.
Wake it up.
Whoa, wake it up! I shoot the floor. Just kidding.
Bam, 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 bam. Whoa! Odd. I should have mentioned that the guard definitely would have taken your guns before you had entered.
He knew that
I would have left
they
it
had him.
All right. Yeah, either leave him in the car or something. So, either way, you probably wouldn't have your weaponry on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anything you want to say or do after he says that?
I'm just gonna repeat the question but whispering. What are you reading?
Reading. And he stares up at you, and he unravels his bony hands to reveal a book. It looks like a Bible, and you see his old bones. He's not old. He looks in a more healthy state. He would probably look quite handsome and probably in his mid-30s, but just age, stress, and whatever experiences he's gone through just makes him look withered and tired, malnourished. But he unravels his hands and he offers to you his Bible, essentially.
You guys are twinning. Just kidding.
What'd you say?
You guys are twinning. I'll take it.
And as you take it, he says, "For God accepts those into his kingdom that take his hand." And he doesn't say anything else.
I'm gonna
Continues rocking.
yeah, I'm gonna flip kind of through the pages.
All right. A lot of this... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And just look for any markings or things.
Yeah, I
like
was expecting scribblings in it or something.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of the pages are actually scribbled in. You see a lot of words just say lies, I don't know where I am, lies here, lies there. There are some blank pages with some verses underlined or circled or highlighted. A lot of the pages here seem wrinkled, and there's definitely some weird stench coming from it. It smells faintly of urine. Also, as you open up to one of the pages, As you open up to one of the pages, you see written in what looks to be a dried crimson paste, writing out words, "By his own weapon is the devil worsted." And after reading it, worsted, yeah. Worsted, bested.
WORSTED.
Yeah.
Worsted.
Yep. Shut up, scam likely. All right, go ahead. Apparently, it's a word.
Is it?
And after reading it, he shakes out. He reaches out his shaky hand.
Fine, smooth yarn spun from cone, long, stable wood. What does it mean?
Huh? All right.
The devil hates wool sweaters.
He offers his hand back out to take it. May I have it back, please?
I will hand it back.
Burn it.
He takes it and begins to rock himself again.
What was it said in there?
It said, "By his own weapon is the devil worsted."
Shouldn't it just be worst?
I guess it is a word. It means,
No, worst.
I think
Not
bested would have been a better word, but...
bested.
Oh, worst is actually
it says
saying
here.
what you want to say. Worsted isn't.
Well, here's like, worsted means get the better of defeat, which would make sense in this.
Yeah, WORST would just be defeat. Worsted is
and it
wrong.
looks like it was, according to use over time. Looks like it did peak in the 1920s.
And then people realize bested is a better saying for it, and then
legit,
just tanked.
Like right at the 1920s.
Oh,
it
that's
just, like,
funny.
Tanks. It's like,
History, everybody.
well, too many crazy people are saying it, so we're gonna stop saying it.
He's not actually crazy, he just said it weird and they threw him in.
Stop saying that. It doesn't make any sense.
After he snatches the book back, he continues his rocking, and then he just starts mumbling to himself. It's inaudible, it's barely above a whisper, and the nurse looks in. I think we better let him be.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think we'll stay.
It's just me and Jeremiah.
Leads you out of the room and then closes the door behind him. Did you want to meet Gabriella? She's usually in a bit better spirits.
Yes, of course.
It would be lovely.
Of course. She knocks on the door. She pokes her head in. Mrs. Corbett, we have some visitors. They're very nice and just wanted to ask you some questions. Do you think you want to talk to them? And there's a very silent voice that peeks out just barely above a whisper in the room. Yes. She turns her head. Free to go in. Just keep conversation short. And she offers you all to go in. Inside, this room is a little bit... has some more quality of life stuff. She doesn't look as haggard as her husband. She looks underfed, wearing patient's attire, although there does look to be some specks of blood dotted around her shoulders. She has long silver and blonde hair and dark sunken eyes. But once may have been a young, beautiful face has become distressed and wrinkled through trauma.
Dang.
And as the door opens, she looks up at you. She's on a rocking chair, just slowly creaking very slowly back and forth. Oh. I wasn't expecting visitors. Are you friends or family?
Should we lie, or...
we're friends.
Yes, we're friends. You don't remember us.
Just
She-
gaslight.
Gaslight an insane person?
It's easy.
Oh, that's terrible.
Their psychologist is
greater
gonna have a
good.
fun time with that one.
Yeah. She just continues rocking. Her eyebrows furrow. I don't think I remember you.
That's all right.
Double down.
Oh, that
No,
really
we
sad.
definitely are. It's second grade. You and me, we were back in Mrs. Mason's class.
That makes me really sad, actually. Just get all lip quiver.
Give me a fast talk roll.
Dang. Let's see if I get it.
It's more for the sake of performing and being genuine.
Yeah.
Is that just him?
Just him, I think.
Unless you want to pass.
All right, I have a
Unless-
cool
I mean, I'm
5
definitely
fast
better
talk.
at it than he is.
Unless you also want to try it. Oh!
Oh, you could use a luck for that one though.
So Bryce got
Yeah,
a 6 over
I'll use-
5.
One look, and
All right, Jeremiah. What did you say? To warrant
yeah,
your
I got
fast talk? Unless that wasn't real.
I mean, I guess not anything more than what I said before.
Okay.
I'm not really doubling down, I guess, on...
Okay, well,
Really
through
fun.
luck, you succeed. Irvin, you got a 5 over 5 using luck. Okay. She looks from the two of you. Yeah, she seems just really confused, not sure what to believe.
It's all right. You go ahead.
it's alright. We won't be too long, anyways. Just- I don't know what we were gonna ask her.
Have you met my husband?
Yes, we were just talking to him, actually.
I'm sorry about him. Ever since we left that... She pauses. He's not the talkative type. So I
Right.
apologize on his behalf.
We understand you both have been through a lot.
She just nods.
I believe
What caused your trauma?
that old... Would you mind telling us what you remember about that old house?
She
Anything at all.
stops rocking and puts her hand on her head. Was supposed to be the best deal we'd ever made. There's an evil presence at that house. At night, I would sometimes wake up to it standing over me, dark red eyes. When
Is all you remember about it?
give me a persuasion check,
Aha, you're a
Mr.
mistake.
Mr. Persuasion. All right, I really,
That's 32 over 87, everyone.
yeah, nice.
We all have that.
She
one
nods.
skill.
Yeah. When he was angry, the thing would cause dishes and things to fly across the room, often attempting to hit us. Mostly hated Vittorio. It attacked him often, and he grew angry, and he became different. She just pauses, and she doesn't look like she's able to recount much further.
Can I roll a psychology check to see if I believe her?
Yeah. Yeah, she's... This insane lady's all... 50-50! Wow!
Let's go.
She...
Ooh.
So, believe her in what regard? She does seem... I mean, you obviously don't know her. And coming from an insane person who's, you know... She looks like she's trying to remember. Looks painful, almost.
I just want to see like how convicted she is in the reality of these events.
She...
Wow, 50 over 50, huh?
50-50.
Nice.
That's really all that you can ascertain. You're wanting to know how convinced she is? She seems pretty shaken up. And there's like a visible wince every time she tries to remember any single detail. There was some rotten history about the place, which is why I suppose it was so cheap, and why we moved in straight away. It was a bargain. We could afford anyway. It's a shame. I'm sorry. Who are you?
I guess I'll make another persuade roll.
Well, this looks like it's out for me. All right. As the tail end of this, or I assume tail end, unless there's anything you want to ask her. Anything else?
Is that all she remembers? I mean, I don't know if we could get any other details about it, right?
I don't know if it's worth pushing right now.
Sounds like Birdman comes out at night.
I haven't really learned anything new.
Yeah. I mean...
You know, he's got poltergeist powers with the...
living creature with red eyes that yeets dishes at people.
I already had the description of the creature. I guess now all we know is that he eats dishes.
Red eyes. Definitely not Mothman, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any more questions.
All right.
Yeah, they probably don't really know. They don't know where it came from or where it would have gone.
We're probably missing the handout because we don't know what questions to ask.
Yeah, hand out, schmand out.
Here, if you listen to this recording, does this bring back any memories?
But yeah, no more questions.
All right. The nurse thanks her for her time and then escorts you out. As you're being escorted out, let's dip over to the police office place. So you're standing out. You watch your friends speed off in their car. What would you like to do, Hayden?
Walk on into the police office.
Waltz on it.
Actually, this is a relatively good time for a break. It's 8 o'clock. You guys want to go for a break or to go ahead?
Break.
Yeah, break.
Break.
Okay.
Break.
Alrighty, we will see you all in 10. We're going to take a short break here. Be back very soon.
That's right.
And pick up where this is going to leave off. Oh man, I'm excited. All right, be back. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Alrighty. We're all back, or we should all be back now. Waiting on Bryce, I think. Ah! Howdy,
I'm back.
folks. Howdy. I hope all your breaks were productive and good.
I did nothing productive.
So good. So good. All
Just
right.
sat and stared at the wall. Man, I hope my friends come back.
Contemplating existential dread. All right. So, left off. Hayden, you're at the front of the police station. How'd you like to proceed? I think he's muted, my friend.
And maybe the
Just so we know,
about
can
now?
you guys hear me just fine?
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
There you go.
the microphone needs to be near your mouth.
Yeah.
What?
Fucking-
All right, you walk in, chink, and you walk in. There appears to be that man. He looks. As you walk in, the man you recognize in the green suit, he turns and looks at you, and then he does like this double take as he like recognizes you for just a second before he leans in a little bit closer to an officer. Give me your choice of. I guess it would be an idea roll, which would be your intelligence roll, or give me a history check.
History.
Yeah, intelligence or history.
Do history.
Where is
Get those
history?
skills, baby.
My history's at 5, but my intelligence is at 65.
Ooh, okay, much
Take
better.
the risk. Live
It's fine. You got
gloriously.
5% chance, my guy.
You'll live a
I don't know
little.
what this roll is for, so let's go intelligence.
Extreme success, a 12 over 65. Not bad. Okay.
Howard.
Yeah, you could have see a 12 over 5. You could have looked your way into it.
Could have lucked your way out.
Okay.
Push that roll.
So, you recognize this face from the officer that. No, he didn't introduce himself, but the officer that you saw while you all were making your way into the forest, the one that you had met that rainy
A
night.
history roll would have definitely helped them recognize this officer.
It's like remembering a face.
Yes, history.
Yeah, history.
His.
I saw this in the history.
I
Is that
remember
Napoleon?
Napoleon. Yes, it's me. Yeah, that's how Napoleon sounded, by the way. So they both look at you, and
You're
they
on an
both.
educational channel.
Yes, you're a pseudo history channel.
That's right.
So the two look at you a moment before talking a little bit quieter. What are you doing? There's other officers around. There's people in the lobby. There's a few other officers that are just flipping through paperwork, and they look at you and they look back. So you're trying to listen into their conversation? How intently and how close are you getting?
This is a very good
How
question.
cartoonish.
Let's see.
You're in the middle of a police station in
Let's
the
go
lobby.
sit. Are they at like a table or something?
Yeah,
In the open?
they're at a table at the far end of the room, opposite to where all like the waiting people are in the receptionist area.
This could be very
So
conspicuous.
that
Just a
table,
figure
is
in
it
the corner.
behind like a place I'm not allowed to go, or is it just kind of in the open?
Yeah, there are like doors and things that lead behind the table, or it's
Well,
like a
this
long desk
table
that
in the
connects
open.
into the
Could
wall.
I just walk over to the table?
Yeah, you can walk up to the table, but you can't walk up around it.
Around it? Is there a chair at the table? An empty chair?
No.
No?
No.
Hmm.
There's like the clerk, and then there's the guy. Big thump. There's like the guy, and then the guy leaning over, and then there's the area over here, like in the main lobby, where other people are just sort of sitting and waiting.
Go over to their table.
You walk over to their table, and they both look at you. The officer says, "Hey, don't I know you from, who was it? Oh, you were one of those folks poking around on the trail that rainy night just a few days ago, right? Was that
Yeah,
yesterday?
We went for a walk. I thought I recognized you.
Yeah.
Just wanted to let you know we're all doing okay.
That's what I hear.
Strange occurrences in the woods, but you know, it all worked out in the end. Managed to find our way back.
Thank you, Miller. I'll take it from here. And the guy just nods and straightens the suit a little bit. Well, you're welcome. If you need anything else, let me know, boss. Turns around, spins on his heel, and looks at you for a long moment, and then walks out. Have a seat. And he gestures over to one of the waiting chairs. I'll get a room prepared so we can talk.
Do we need a room?
I think so.
Okay.
He leans in.
Yes,
Hi,
Howard trusting.
I, for one, would love to know what you were doing in the apartment. But we can save that conversation for a little bit later.
Well, I would like to know what you were doing in the apartment.
My job. Say, do you like coffee?
Reverse.
What are you doing? Say, do you like coffee?
Sure.
We make a sick cup of joe here. Excellent.
I don't trust drink from strangers, but sure.
Take a seat. You'll be spending some time here. We can get acquainted. And he snaps his fingers and nods his head. One of the clerks gets up. He nods, and you get that this guy has some authority around here. The younger clerk leaves out behind a door. Does that swinging thing where as he leaves, and he gestures over the table. Chair, sit.
All right, I'll take a seat.
And he just leans back in his chair. There's the creaking of wood. Pulls out a piece of paper and he begins to slowly write. And he glances up at you occasionally, and then looks back down at his paper. Eventually, the person comes. The clerk comes out with 2 cups of coffee. Sets one down in front of him. Sets one down in front of you. It's like just regular brown coffee. Smells like brewed cardboard. And thank you. He takes a sip. Is the room prepared for us? It's like, yes, sir. Just down the hall, same one as usual. All right. Could you escort this fine man to the chamber, please? Says he nods, walks around the table. I'm gonna need to ask you to stand up. Come with me, please.
All right.
All right. He leads you around the table, opens up a door and into a long hallway, and he opens up a door and into what appears to be an interrogation room. A long table with 2 chairs set opposites to each other.
Do either of these guys have keys on them?
Spot hidden. It defaulted there for a second.
Persuade. How would you give me your key?
Spot hidden. Or I guess, yeah, either listen or spot hidden. Yeah, you can see that the clerk has keys on him.
Great. 23 over 89.
Yeah, 23 over 89. That's really good.
Should I slight the keys away?
And straight to jail.
He's already in jail, just across the hall.
It's also
I won't slide them away for now, but the clerk has them. Okay.
All right. So he gestures his head towards the other end of the table. Have a seat.
All right, take a seat.
And he looks at the clerk. He nods and closes the door. So, now that we're comfortable, want to tell me what you were doing in that apartment?
Just looking around.
That place is off limits.
Why is it off limits?
It's a crime scene. The man goes missing. His place is torn apart. You should know this. What interest do you have in Mr. Gray? What do you know about him?
Not a whole lot, in all honesty. Just that he disappeared.
That can't be all, otherwise you wouldn't break into the old man's flat.
Did you just call it a flat?
Yeah.
Weird. What?
I'm the one asking the questions here.
But we were looking, you know?
For?
We heard that there may be some connection between him and a house that we've been asked to look at.
He nods and takes a second to think. Huh. You think he has a connection between that old what house?
It's, I don't know what the house is called. Corbett House? Macario House?
The Corbett house? That old
Whatever
rickety
house-
place?
Oh,
The
yeah.
place is spooky. None of us go around here. What possible connection could you have drawn from that?
Why'd you punch a reporter?
And he narrows his eyes. Artie. You talkative bastard. I'll deal with him after you. So, because the guy was getting too nosy, poking around, journalists like him tend to quite annoy us, especially when they're digging their snouts into business that isn't theirs. Place is taped off. It's a crime scene, like I said. We're trying to do our work.
Crime scene?
Yeah, man goes missing. There's still evidence to be found.
No. The house.
Unless...
He was punched going to the house.
I'm pretty sure he's punched going into the.
I think it was the apartment.
No, it was the house.
What?
Once he started snooping around the house, he got punched.
That place is off limits. Private property. Property of Mr. Knott.
He's just doing some reporting.
Yeah? He didn't have permission from Mr. Knott, did he?
Did Mr. not own it at the time?
Yeah. As of a few weeks, I believe. Which... Are you employed under him by chance?
Maybe.
Yes or no?
Why yes or no?
Because it's a question. This is interrogation. I'd like to know.
Interrogation?
Yeah. You give me the answers I want, I'll let you go. You know how this works.
No, not really.
You seem the type. He looks you over. Rag, tag, wearing
Are you
rags.
assuming something?
I am, yes. Up to no good. Are we? You a drunk type?
No, not really.
Takes
There you
another sip of takes another sip of coffee. Is your character lying?
Not yet.
Huh. So
Well, a truth-telling
just
role.
asking questions.
so tell me what you were doing in the house. Did you in the apartment?
Just taking a look around.
Taking a look around.
Yeah.
Awfully a lot of trouble to be breaking the floorboards off the door, tearing off the tape, telling people to stay away.
Yeah, why'd you board up the door?
Because people aren't allowed inside.
That doesn't mean you can board up a door.
Means that we can. And what we say goes.
Are you more than a police officer?
I'm an officer.
More than a police officer, you know? I don't think the police have
Tell me what
jurisdiction
you were
to board
doing
up
in the
doors.
house.
Looking around.
Looking around.
Looking around.
Did you happen to find anything?
Yeah,
Like?
the door was replaced. Why was the door replaced?
The door was replaced?
Yeah, not the front door. The glass door.
He looks off and just chuckles. I don't know what you mean. So what else did Artie tell you? Huh?
Honestly, not a whole lot.
Nosy
Just told
bastard
me
must
that
have
he
told
got
you something, right?
Thanks.
Yeah? Snooping where you ain't ought to be.
Why are you so interested about Artie?
Yeah, well, tells the guy, punch the guy, and he's like, oh, well, trying to give the police a bad rep for just trying to do our jobs.
Punching reporters isn't part of your job.
The guy won't back off? It
Isn't that
happens.
assault?
Nope.
No? I mean, I guess who is he gonna call?
Why? You trying to report me? He just smiles. So, what brings your type to Lochholt?
I've been here for a little bit. A few weeks or so.
And what do you do for a living?
You know, just kind of hang around here and there.
Give.
Hang around for a living.
Beg for change. I am a professional house investigator for Mr. Knott.
Employed by Mr. Knott, huh? Leans back.
Actually, I do have a report to make.
Takes out a piece of paper.
So it's probably to the Boston police. I guess you wouldn't be interested in that.
What kind of report?
Well, you see, we've been receiving some threats. I don't know why.
Were you poking your nose where you ought not to be?
What do you mean?
Obviously, you're poking around a flat of a person who's gone missing. You have interest in the house, just like that reporter. If you do have some connection to Mr. Knott, then I'll have to ask him to verify your claims. You don't have any plans for the rest of the day or the upcoming days, do you?
Nah, I got somewhere to go.
Well, I'm gonna have to ask if stay here for a little bit while I put some
where?
assurance. Oh, just the room we have in the back. A nice, comfy place. A little damp, but that's nothing a couple blankets can't handle.
All right.
He nods. You'll love it.
I know a lawyer. Now that was a lie.
Give me a fast talk.
Where's fast talk? Ah.
Oh, you want to use 15 luck?
Ooh, I would have succeeded on that one.
20/5. Really? You don't have good fast talk?
No.
He-
I kind of neglected that. I have no
I
talking
guess none of us
skills
put
whatsoever.
anything in fast talk. We didn't know what it was.
None of
I
you
have
are good
35.
liars. I guess Jeremiah is a pretty decent liar.
I don't know where I'm going with this, in all honesty.
He just,
Yeah, we're
Just
probably gonna have
scoffs.
to come get you.
you couldn't afford one, you dirt street rat. All right. Well, I've heard all that thing. A dirt street rat. That's what I said. Voice in my head. Shut up. So he stands up. The chair scrapes along the ground behind him. Want another cup of coffee?
Nah, not really.
He nods. Thanks. You've given me a lot to think about. Turns.
Do you have keys on him?
As he turns, he's wearing a long coat. Give me a listen roll.
Listen.
Which I don't think I've asked you before. Whoa, nice! 47/70. You do hear the faint sound of some metallic jingling. Can't tell if it's
Sleight of
keys
hand.
or... Across the table, which is like a
No,
couple...
once he goes like around the table towards the door, just
Well, he's already on the opposite end. He just stands up. He's towards the end of the door. You're towards the end of the wall. So he stands up. There's like the two of you. The door's here. Here's the wall. He's on this side where the door would be parallel to the door. So you're on the opposite side. So you'd have to reach over. I'll allow it, but the difficulty is going to be a little bit higher.
I'm gonna follow him out.
Stay there.
Stay
Which-
where?
Here.
Just
We'll get someone to take you.
I thought we were going to the back. I'll follow you.
You can. You'll be escorted there. I've got things to do. Places to be. A report to make. You
Follow
understand. I insist. Stay there.
I will follow him. Get up. And
You're
start moving
getting
towards
up?
the door. Yeah.
He puts his hand on your shoulder and like squeezes it gently.
Is it across the table or is it?
You stand up from the table and you walk with him.
Yeah.
He's at the door, and he grabs your shoulder. I really insist. And he looks you in the
Sleight
eye.
of hand. Sleight
Give
of
me a
hand.
sleight of hand check, and I'm gonna give you a penalty die because
Why would there be
he's
penalty? Just a sleight of hand
on
forward.
edge. He doesn't trust you. You're
He's
shifty
very
looking.
focused on my face.
He's focused, but he's also keeping himself tense and ready if he needs to strike you in the face, which
Oh,
might
no,
happen.
you're
Failed
anyways.
anyways.
Oh,
Push the roll.
84 over. You're
Gotta
pushing
push. Do it.
a hard success.
But isn't it disadvantaged? So he has to like.
Yeah, it is a.
How do you disadvantage?
Just roll another d10.
Yeah, roll a d10,
You want a 0 through
and you take the higher roll.
6.
Wait, you did a push roll.
Yeah.
What? Ooh.
Yeah, doesn't work.
Well, penalty on a push roll. I think you can do a penalty on a push roll, but I don't think you can use luck on push rolls.
No, you can't.
Right. All right. So you rolled a 7. So you're okay. So your hard success actually turns into a 76 over 75. Dang, that's unlucky.
Boo.
Ouch.
Boo.
Oh, boo you. Well, as he looks down,
Oh, good.
he sees your hand begin to reach beneath his coat. He suddenly socks you in the face.
Wow.
Push your back.
You're punching him back? Okay, give me... Right, give me... So this is combat, technically. I'm not going to roll initiative just yet, because it's
Combat.
just... So, let's see. Okay, cool. So he is making an attack roll on his end. So I'm going to roll a D100. Blink.
Ace attorney music.
Whoa, no way! He got a 9?
Ooh. I don't know what that means.
That's an extreme success, my
Wow.
friend.
He's been beating up a lot of reporters lately.
A homeless guy. It's almost a privilege.
Jeez.
Street rat. Scoundrel. Let's see. What's the... So you can choose to fight back, Hayden, if you would like. Give me a... Brawl? I believe it's Brawl. Yeah, fighting Brawl skill roll.
Alright.
But you have to beat his... Oof. I don't think you can push or use luck on combat rolls, I think.
Really?
I don't think so. I think they're just on basic skill rolls. Like non-combat related. But if one of you want to look that up, fact check me, that'd be sweet. Oh, balls. I'm actually going to look this up. I don't know what the main unarmed damage is. Damage 70. Call of Cthulhu. I believe it's just a 1d3. Oh, nothing's showing me. Ah!
No.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna say you get punched in the jaw. It knocks you down onto your rump. You take 1 point of damage. Clocks you, and you spin a little bit, and you fall onto the floor. You sputter out. He shakes his hand. I insist. You stay here. Though I don't mind going another round.
This is both attack and defender roll percentage dice and compared to the levels of success.
Right, yeah.
Does that mean you
And-
also have to succeed at your fighting skill?
Yes.
Okay.
So
whatever,
if both of them are
success level
successes,
is.
you have to compare the level of success.
I see. Yeah. There's also
Fighting.
dodging.
Yeah, dodging is another option.
It works the same way, but there's regular and extreme damage. There's also different rules on firearms. As well as fighting maneuvers, so you can disarm or knock an opponent or grapple them, essentially.
Oh, okay. Unarmed attack is actually a 1d3 plus damage bonus, which he has none. So I'm actually going to roll a d3, which there isn't an option. Okay, advanced die roller. There is an option, so I'm just going to roll a d6 and...
You can just put in slash roll 1d3.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so you actually take 2 points of damage.
Yes.
Ah,
Ooh,
you
that's
feel like a
2 days.
tooth getting knocked out. Or at least it's loose. Something in the back. You taste blood a little bit. He wipes off his hand. And he closes the door behind him.
Ah, that's it.
He comes back a little while later with him and 2 other officers. Both of them, he's behind, he's in the doorway, but the 2 officers, they rush in, they shoulder each other, and they both grab you by the arms and lift you up. Are you doing anything?
Stand up. Kind of brush off. Kind of say, I can walk by myself.
They both keep their arms firmly. I'd keep a hold of this one. He attacked me. There's a cell back there. Make sure he's...
Use me.
Make sure he's uncomfortable. It's like, all right. Come on, you. And they both push you and very, very uncomfortably drag you towards the very back of this hallway. They open up another door. This one's metal bars. It's shoved aside with a heavy metal cranking sound, and they lead you down another hallway. Inside, you see just a row of cells on either side. There are some inmates, but it's a small town. There's not many people there. Some guy was caught for, he seems a little tipsy. You hear him hiccuping to himself.
Down, do I see an evidence room?
Give me... Wouldn't really be hidden. I guess whatever perception skill you think would be fair. I guess spot hidden. Yeah. Extreme success.
Nice.
Wow. Yes, you do.
89.
I probably should have asked for a luck roll. That'd be more lucky, but you succeeded in extreme success. Is incredible. Good job. All right, but you do see there is like a plaque above one of the rooms. It's like a small glass window with a slit at the bottom that's connected to an actual door. So there's people working behind it, so it does say evidence room. And as you're led into the very back of this room, past the occasional drunk guy and someone who's just tapping his toe, he looks up and sees you pass as you're being dragged and pushed. A cell is opened up, and you're shoved inside. And behind you, the door locks shut. The 2 officers huff and they address themselves. They both turn and leave. And the officer looks at you, leans up against the bars, and just chuckles to himself. You're not the smartest one around here. Or you can forget about the blankets.
Okay.
And
oh no, the homeless man doesn't get blankets.
That's
whatever will he do?
And he leans in. Might make this easier on you, Know where your friends are?
No, not really.
Know where they were headed?
No.
Give me a fast talk.
I'm not fast talking.
You definitely know where you definitely know where they were headed. You definitely know where they are. Ah, balls. You want to use 31?
31.
He
I mean, what's he gonna do?
Yeah,
he just nods.
I'm lying.
Oh no, I'm lying. What are you gonna do?
No.
Throw me in jail?
I'll be sure to be gentle with them. And he just addresses himself a little bit more, and he turns and he walks off.
What's in the cell?
In the cell, there's a plain metal, it's almost like a rack almost, a plain metal bed with this thin sheet of, very thin mattress, a thin sheet for a blanket, and a small hay pillow. It's very uncomfortable, some odd bits like poking to your neck. There's a toilet, there's no mirror, but there is a sink. Simple commodities, but the floor is cold, it's cobble.
Any little pieces of metal?
Make me a spot hidden. And as you do, we'll flip over to Team Sanitarium.
Hey, you can use
How many would that be?
5 luck points on that.
Yeah, I'll
94
spend 5
over
luck
80.
on that one.
All right, you don't want to push it?
Actually, I could push it.
You
couldn't
could. You have a pretty good
I?
ancestry.
I don't know what would happen,
Push it,
but I'll
push it,
Well,
push
don't get
it.
to use luck anyways.
No, I'm still below my luck, so. Hey,
Nice. Dang it. I was going to give you like tetanus or something. All right, cool. So you look around. It seems pretty devoid of any odd metal scraps, but there are like screws and nails that are poking a little bit out of the framework that holds the bed together.
I'll get one of those out.
Okay, with some time and effort, without tools, definitely.
Yeah.
It'll take you some time. All right, well, let's skip over to Team Sanitarium. What are you guys doing? I assume you're leaving the premises.
We're done here, right? Are we gonna leave?
Yeah, it's probably time to do stuff.
Well, time to pick up Howard. I'm sure nothing's happened to him.
Yeah, I'm sure he's fine. I have full confidence in him.
Okay, so you arrive at the... Oh, what's his name? I forget his name. Oh, hold on. Okay, Winston nods to you both. There we go. Winston nods to you both as you both get into the car. Back to Lochholt, sir? Louis.
Actually, we will need to go back to
Lochholt.
the police station.
Lochholt.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Well, any place...
Yes, back to the police station in Lochholt.
He nods. All right.
What about my stuff?
I thought it was in Winston's apartment.
Yeah, it's in Winston's apartment. What about his wine bottle? All right. He activates the car and he begins speeding off. He activates. Yeah. He pushes the button and it transforms.
It's a Tesla.
It's the ye-old Tesla. He speeds off down the road. After some time, the sun is high in the sky. Looks several hours after noon. It's probably around 4ish. You all make your way back into, or at least by the police station. Want me to wait out here, sir? Or
Yes, that'll be fine.
of course. Leans back in and begins to unwrap a sandwich from a plastic bag.
They have plastic bags. How much plastic did they have in the 20s? I guess it doesn't matter.
Bags invented.
He probably had at least a paper bag.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would have been
There's
awesome.
paper. Okay, 1965.
Yeah,
In
that's
plastic.
right.
So okay, so he had a bag of some sort, like wrapped in paper almost. Cool. So you all are at the front of the police station.
Yes.
Yes.
I'll kind of look around.
It's a
Howard.
yeah. There's a suspicious lack of Howard, and both of you give me a spot hidden, or
Must be having
give me a luck
pleasant
roll.
conversation inside.
both of you give me a luck roll if you could. Wow,
Oh,
extreme
yeah.
success! Dang.
4 over 86.
All right, Jeremiah.
I should go gambling. How lucky I am.
Thought I rolled it. 1.
I haven't seen it yet. 4 over 86.
Ooh,
88 over 63. Ah, darn it. Oh well.
push it.
But
Wait, you pushed on the
push it. You get like a moth in your eye or something. An entire moth. As you're looking around, Bryce, you notice an officer, actually a couple officers, making their way across the street towards where the apartments are.
The apartments.
Yeah. Or at least the apartments that, you know, where you came from earlier that day.
Why would my character care?
Is that where your driver is?
Oh.
Yeah, that's where they live, but
That's where
there
they
are officers
live,
coming from
yeah.
that direction.
They're not concerned with our driver.
Well, that's just what you see anyway. So, how do you proceed?
Well, I'll make a note of it. They could be investigating that house or the apartment again. Best not to go there for a bit. Did you see where Howard went, Jeremiah?
Like, I know we dropped him off here, but I haven't seen him since we've been back.
Did he wander off? Maybe he's inside. Yeah, let's go take a look.
Where are your companions? I'll never tell. We walk in the red doors.
All right, you walk
Yeah,
in.
like what is it right now? Are we trying to avoid the cops? I guess we do have to
We've
get Howard.
done some
How many
illegal
cops
things.
are there? It's a small town.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
There were 2 cops. There's the officer, like the
I
like
probably
the clerk.
actually know a lawyer. So anyways, yeah, I guess just waltz inside.
All right. Open up the door. You step through. You see a clerk, a busy-looking officer, young in age. He's hurriedly writing up a fresh report. He doesn't look up to acknowledge you.
Could I kind of look over at the report that he's writing?
Across the desk,
Just kind of peek over, you know.
give me
Something.
a luck roll.
Nice. 60 over 86.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Good job. All right. Awesome. You see him writing an arrest, something like that. You see the word arrest before he looks up and acknowledges you both. Something I can do for you both? Pulls the paper away.
Yes, we dropped somebody off here earlier, and we were wondering where he went.
Oh, he wouldn't happen to be sort of rugged, dare I say the word, bum?
Yes, that's
Well,
that is how you would describe it.
he's your friend. He was recently arrested for attempted thievery and assaulting an officer.
Okay. Where is he now?
In a cell. He has been arrested. Do you
Right.
wish to
Where is he
speak
now?
with him?
Yes,
You
that
wish-
would be.
I'm afraid he's not seeing anyone at this time.
What do you mean not?
I have...
That's the perfect time for us to then go see him.
Do you have... He looks down his papers. What do I... Give me a psychology.
Psychology. I'm going to psychologically destroy this man.
Psychoanalyze!
Oh no.
Oh no! 75 over 50, darn it.
How do you know you're real?
Oh!
Hey,
Play the recording for him.
Here, listen
could
to this.
I... Should I push this? No, that'd be a bad idea.
I mean, you have the most luck of all of us.
I gotta have a lot of luck, but I like having
That's
a lot.
15.
That is 15. Tell you what, you know... Well, I already got my luck in, but... No,
All right,
why
if-
not? I'll use 15 luck.
15, alright.
Yes,
Sweet.
I got plenty of it.
Alrighty. So he looks new. his office, his uniform doesn't look as official or well decorated or really even as wrinkled as the older ones. He looks to be just swamped in paperwork and bead of sweat on this humid day accumulating on his forehead. He wipes it off. I have orders that no one's supposed to see him. I'm sorry. I don't know if the bail's even been posted yet. I don't really know anything about that. I'm sorry. But you'll have to come by tomorrow.
It's the right of an imprisoned person to be able to speak with friends and family in order to discuss these sorts of things upon arrest.
I,
The
I
reporter
believe. I believe he's not even been probably. Well,
Oh,
He
he has been
thinks-
arrested?
Custody.
he is in
Right.
custody, yes, but I believe he's still being talked to. I believe he was put. Still being. Information collected, I think. Interviewed.
technically, the lawyer can still come in.
The
lawyer can
Are you
stop
his
them at any
lawyer?
1 minute. Let
Are
me
you-
look at my skills real quick.
I'm not
His
supposed to let
legal-
anyone talk to him
I could probably
just yet.
answer the- What's your law skill, Bryson? What's your law skill?
It's not good. Like
Mine's
25.
Mine's also 25.
Dang.
Oh
I'm not a
no!
good fast talker.
I almost put more into it because I
Hey,
was
you
like,
don't
I
need
would
to
know
be a
lot.
good lawyer.
True.
Tell you what.
I'm really not supposed to let anyone see him. I'm sorry, unless you're his lawyer. You can come by tomorrow.
I am.
All right, we're in it.
All right, give me
It's
a
happening.
fast talk. I am.
The thing is, you can't be a lawyer.
58 over 35. You can luck it out. Push it.
Even if you're not a lawyer, like, you can say you're the lawyer, shouldn't you? Because you can represent yourself in court.
Right.
So someone else could definitely represent you.
I mean,
you don't have to be a good lawyer.
You would definitely be able to afford me as a lawyer.
Just because he's not a lawyer. When your lawyer is your friend who read a law book once.
There's no way I'm using 23 luck on this roll.
Actually, let me look up. Can you be arrested for lying about being a lawyer?
I'm sure you could.
I'm gonna push it.
You're gonna push it.
Oh,
What do you say to push it?
25 over 35.
He looks really skeptical at you.
I am this gentleman's lawyer. I'm not the best there is, but I'm the best he can afford. And
He looks you over.
It is in his right to counsel with me.
He nods. He looks at all the paperwork he has to deal with. Oh, they just left. I suppose it couldn't hurt.
I'll make the consultation quick.
Of course, just as long as it's quick. I still insist you come by tomorrow, but at least you can talk to him. He looks at you, Irvin. I'm afraid I'll have to ask you to stay here. Unless he has two lawyers.
Yeah. Two lawyers.
Yes.
I know my fast talk school.
I am also lawyer
Actually,
number
you know
2.
what? I will attempt it.
I am also rich.
He's the funder. He provides the funding.
He provides the funding.
There's a word for like a
Sponsor, I guess, is the word.
Wait a second.
Paralegal, I think is the word.
How did you know? How did a lawyer know to come here if you hadn't know he had been arrested yet?
Well, we had dropped him off here, remember? We said that.
Huh. He begins to add 2 and 2 together and just shakes his head. I'm sure it's fine.
It's absolutely fine.
If
you can go right on in. Sir, I'll stay out here.
Scratches his head, but how did just a short a quick trip. Right this way. He stands up from his desk.
I'm familiar with the station.
You're familiar with the station? Well, you still need an escort anyway.
Yeah.
I'll bring you to him. Come after me. And he leads you behind the desk and exits through one of the doors. He leads you down a hallway. You see the evidence room. You see several other offices and several other rooms. He opens up what looks like a barred cage door. He pulls that aside after unlocking it and then leads you down the hallway. Not exactly the nicest place to be, but, well, not sure what you're doing with him. So he leads you down to the very end. Into the cage to the left, you see Howard. And Howard, you hear footsteps. A collection of footsteps, and as you turn and look, you see your friend Jeremiah. And he does have, and Howard has like a big bruise on the side of his jaw. Yep, he punched, or he tried to steal from, and tried to assault one of our officers.
You can't prove I tried to steal anything.
This
I
is
did
still
not,
evidence.
and he punched me.
And this is still evidence. I'm gonna take a picture of the bruise.
What is
By the way, while
yeah, absolutely. Go
they're
ahead.
gone, I'm in this room by myself, right?
There's some people, the same people at the waiting chairs who have been there for some time, and they're just
not
impatiently. They're not officers, but they're just watching you.
They're watching me.
Yeah, just
staring.
more absently than like fixated.
Well, here, I'll try to subtly, once again...
Obviously,
look
their
at
business,
that,
whatever, has not been attended to, and
that
also a lot of
arrest
exciting
report
stuff
that
happened
was-
within like the last 30 minutes.
As I was trying to do before, I would try to look at that arrest report. Not like pick it up and look at it, but, you know, kind of look over the counter subtly.
All right. Yeah, you saw that had the word arrest on it, and he pulled it aside some papers. Are you moving around papers, reaching over and trying to see, or are you just trying to look over and try and find it?
Look at it on the top
Okay.
there.
Give me a spot hidden. Would have shoved that underneath the paper too. Ah!
Dang.
Darn it.
Too bad.
Yeah, you don't see it. Sorry.
Well, I guess that's all I'm doing over here. Go back to...
All right. So you take out your camera, and the officer puts his hand out. What are you doing?
Collecting evidence. If there was going to be a
Collecting evidence.
case. Yes.
He has the bruise on his face. Can't you see it?
Yes.
I'm not totally sure photography is... Are you one of those reporters from the Lochholt papers?
No. I can't stand those guys.
Them with their neon sign.
With the neon sign? I know, it's just out there. It's like, oh, hey, look at me.
Yeah, that's why their papers cost so
Exactly.
much. Because of the neon sign.
To help make up for it. Okay, give me a persuasion roll, and I'll give you a bonus die.
Okay.
Why wouldn't a lawyer be able to take pictures?
Actually, it's my belief that lawyers typically don't gather the evidence; they just present
Well,
it.
the thing is, if your client was assaulted by a police officer, you gotta gather your own evidence.
That's fair.
Different times, different circumstances.
So I roll another d10.
Also, you're right. Yes,
So I
another
need
D10.
a 1. That's a 3.
Oh! So close.
My persuade is not good.
Want to use 20 luck?
No.
All right. So it's just I'm sorry. It's just standard. If you can come back tomorrow, you can talk with him all you want. I'm sure he'll be around.
Are you denying me the collection of evidence?
You should just like.
Well,
do it
I'm
anyway,
not supposed to
without
be.
the camera.
I'm not supposed to even allow anyone back here to see him. I have.
I take a picture of him. Just kidding. Intimidation.
Look, this also happens to be a laser beam.
All
right.
My lawyer take pictures of what your boss did to me, huh?
I'm.
Yeah, fine.
Look, you have. He like points at you. Look, you have no reason to talk, sir.
I have
So
plenty of reason to
politely
talk.
shut up, or
I
he
will,
like takes
I will
out his
remind,
takes out his
I will
baton.
remind
Shut
you-
up.
I will
Oh,
remind you
now
as a
you're
client,
threatening me.
You have the right to remain silent. I suggest you use that right at this moment.
Thank you. We'll do him some good.
I
What?
understand my rights.
As you should, if you're his
and my
lawyer.
obligations as a lawyer.
You know what? Go ahead. One picture couldn't hurt. Just be one picture. One picture. That's it. That's
Famous
all.
last words.
Okay.
Hey,
I'll take a
we gotta
picture.
Bam, 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 bam. We're busting out of here.
It's actually
We
my
have
camera's
case on our
actually a
hands.
gun.
It's
They
a.
took me into an
Hey guys, look at the
unauthorized
camera.
interrogation.
Oh, this isn't the camera. I'll take a picture though.
Okay. Flash. Photography.
Flash
The
photography.
quality of your picture.
Wow.
Nice.
Well, we-
Hayden, you get this big flash in your eyes. Your eyes dilate just a moment. God, it hurts just for a few seconds. All right, and he doesn't touch you, but he like offers and gestures along with the way to the just down the hall. All right, can we get going?
That's
give
not
me a
what legal
moment
counsel
to
is.
offer a little bit more consultation.
Yeah, be quick about it. Yeah, I could get in trouble.
The officer's not supposed to be here for legal counsel.
He just stands there with a smile.
he's something tells me
Did
he
you go to a
doesn't
police
quite
academy or
understand.
something? Because it doesn't seem like it.
He doesn't look to really catch
He's just here
what's
for the ride.
catch what's going on.
Did you pass all of your?
Oh, you meant
academy things?
yeah yes typically we'd allow a room for consultation, but he scratches his head. I don't know what to do.
What if you just plug your ears for 20 seconds?
That's a good idea. He plugs his ears. Okay, they're plugged. Say what we're gonna say, and just be done with it, and then go, and then I can get back to my paperwork.
Okay. I'm gonna do a psychology check to see if he's lying.
Go ahead, and I'll give you a bonus die.
I succeed.
Okay, you succeed anyway.
I guess I'll roll just... Actually, no, it doesn't matter.
This is a new experience for him, and obviously he's flustered. Yeah, he does seem worried, but more about... He does seem like he is genuinely, like, under orders by those officers you probably saw earlier. But he seems to believe you this far, and he seems genuine about his intentions. So his ears are plugged.
Turn around.
I'm not letting you out of my sight as I'm not hearing anything.
Alright, I'll just go like this
That's
so you
not
can't
how
remember
legal
this.
counsel works.
Well, this is obviously different circumstances. Okay.
You're the only one with the keys. Leave the room. How's he listening to us if his
Alright, you know what? Do your thing. And he trots off down the hallway and closes the door behind him. Obviously, you know, there's still barred doors, and so he's like outside the hallway, and he's like peering in just to make sure you're not doing anything shifty. But there's quiet if you like lean in and actually whisper.
So, what happened?
Oh, well, you see, the police were following us. I noticed some police officers that had been following us a lot. They now know a lot. I probably shouldn't have talked nearly as much as I did. We may need an actual lawyer. The guy punched me in the face, though, so I think we got a pretty good case.
Okay.
Did you bring my lock-picking tools?
They're still at the apartment.
Did you bring anything that could pick a lock?
I have my lock-picking tools. But I don't think breaking out of jail is the best thing to do right now.
Why
I may
not?
not be a
It won't be
real
right
lawyer.
now,
I may
but
not be a real lawyer, but I know.
I'm a
legal
hobo.
things
It
pretty
doesn't
well.
really matter.
Okay, here's the thing. I'd be assisting in you breaking out of jail, and
They don't know where the lock-picking tools came from.
Well, they knew I was in here.
So?
So?
Why would they know that you had lock-picking tools?
Well, who else talked
They
to
didn't
you?
search
in the
you,
time?
did you?
Like, where did you get them? Like,
How'd they know I used lock-picking tools to get out of the jail?
I feel like this is a bad idea.
Come on.
And as your lawyer,
I'll wait till nightfall when there's like only one guy on shift. Wait for him to fall asleep because everyone falls asleep when they're alone, and then just sneak out the front door. I don't think alarm systems have been. Well, maybe they have.
Well, I mean,
When we're
It's a small police station in a small town.
yeah, it's not that big
small town.
or advanced.
I'm sure it's just a guy in the lobby that waits with a bell. There's one!
There's just some old guy. Thanks,
He's
Ted.
like even-
That's where they are. They're getting away.
So what all did you tell them?
They know who hired us.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't know what would really be pertinent.
Sure, a lot longer than 20 seconds.
1990, Francis Upton developed the first atomic electric fire alarm. Bam.
1990.
1890, I meant.
1890. That's
So-
a fire alarm, though.
Yeah,
Well,
fire
it's, an alarm's an alarm. An electric
It's not
alarm
an
is still a
alarm.
thing.
right, if there's a fire while someone's breaking out.
Well, the fact is, like, an alarm is an alarm. Like,
Yeah.
an electric
But
alarm is still a thing, fire or
alarms
not.
that
Police
reacts
station.
to heat is different than an
Well,
alarm that
I
reacts
know,
to
but I mean, an electric
text.
alarm, the first one was 1890, so if the first one just happened to be a fire alarm, the others could have been made since then. I'm telling you, this place could be alarmed, should a breakout or something unfortunate happen. That's
Oh
what I'm
yes,
saying.
the small town police permit has the new.
You're right, though. It is
technology of,
small, and this town is from like the early 1800s, so probably not.
Yeah.
Right.
But hey, if some random newspaper place could have a neon sign,
Maybe the
yeah.
imported from France.
All right, continue.
That's where all the tax dollars went, not to improving the police station, but the neon sign.
I still feel like it's a really bad idea to try.
Well,
to
how else are we gonna get out of this?
Well,
Really
I guess
long.
how
20-minute
serious
conversation.
is the crime?
In all
Committed.
honesty, I don't know if they'll just let me out after 24 hours like you usually do. I probably
mean-
should have just punched some random guy on the street instead of a police. Well, I didn't punch anyone. I got punched.
Yes.
If we put enough legal pressure on them, they'll have to release me.
put enough social pressure on them from the public.
If you get a lawyer in here saying and presenting them an airtight case, being like, hey, you punched my client, and then they'll be like, he tried to steal from me. Prove it. They have no way to
boy.
prove it.
I just feel like the
The
police
only
here
proof
aren't-
is that picture you just took where there's a nice big mark right on my face.
Yeah, and he might have a matching one on his hand.
They brought me into a room, punched me. I don't know what my rights were. They didn't read out my rights to me because the random rights, court case isn't a thing yet.
That's kind of something you have to study on.
Future! Future!
All right, I think it's best if we wait it out. Don't lose these. I'm gonna hand him my. I'm gonna make sure that the guard's not looking. I'm gonna
Are
hand
they
him
in your pocket
my.
or something?
Yeah, literally, they are.
Give me the sleight of hand.
Oh no.
And if you're helping him, I'll give you a bonus die.
Well,
How did? What?
so I need a 0.
A 10.
Ooh.
Wait, what'd you get?
Jeremiah is helping me.
Well,
Yeah.
you both, it's an assisted action, so
So
Push the roll.
wait,
did you do the bonus die? So that would be 27,
Yeah,
and that's
Wait.
still a failure.
yeah. And I'm like, I really don't want to use 17 of my luck right now.
All right, you can
Eh,
push it if you want.
I'm gonna use 17 luck. Why not? It's all. I feel.
All
we're close to the end of the session.
I
We're
love
close
when
to
you
the end of
guys
the
use your
session.
resources. As this is happening, it's taking a little while. Is there anything you're doing, Irvin, or should we continue?
Yeah, I was just kind of sitting around waiting there.
Sitting in the lobby.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. Just, I don't want to make you feel left out or anything. All right, cool. So you use 17 luck.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You feel your hand slip a little bit, but you slip your hand in. You now have lock-picking tools. And you both know that the majority of the police in the station are out for the moment. But after you're giving it to him and you look back, the officer like leans back in and just sort of waiting. He taps on the gates a little bit. You done in there?
I'm headed out.
All right. He opens up the door. I don't know why he closed it to begin with. So, like, he walks over to you. I'm sorry. He whispers, I'm new here. Like, yeah, he's not supposed to be out, but you can talk more later tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Of course.
Maybe read up on some of the rights of obtained persons.
What are you trying to say?
Look, I see you have a lot on your plate already, so I'm not trying to.
Yeah.
Homework, but...
No, you're right. He nods, and Irvin, you see Jeremiah being led out from behind the table, and he's led into the main area. All right, unless there's any other business you have here.
I think we're done here. We'll be back tomorrow.
All right.
He nods. All right. Is there anything you would like to do for the remainder of this day? Any place you want to go?
Is there... I guess I shouldn't break out yet.
I'd still recommend
wait till
giving
nightfall.
24 hours.
Wait till nightfall.
I guess instead of heading
Should I give it
back
24
to
hours, or-
Boston,
Right.
Jeremiah and I will, I don't know, maybe stay somewhere here.
We know a house.
Yeah. There is a house
Right.
you paid to investigate.
I also know your driver's apartment, so...
Driver's apartment, that too.
There we go there.
Yeah. As we walk out of the police station, I'm just gonna lawyers. And that's
And I think with that's a good spot to end.
That's right.
Oh,
Oh, this has taken a lot of interesting turns. I didn't expect you to.
I failed so many rolls.
This puts you in a.
a.
Yeah, all skills I'm good at, and I failed all of them.
This puts you in a very interesting scenario. So what exactly is the plan for next time? Hayden, are you giving it? You said you were breaking out when? Or attempting to?
I was thinking I was gonna wait till nightfall when there would only be one officer at the station,
Mhm.
and then listen for when they're asleep or whatnot, and then lockpick my way out of the 2 doors and walk out. Probably head straight towards the house that we're investigating. Because where else would you hide but a haunted house?
That's fair.
Yeah, probably head to the
Face the
apartment.
horrors of the
Probably
unknown
gonna
by
explore
yourself.
the house next session.
When we
Yeah, I
finally
guess we
explore
could,
the
yeah.
house.
Try and break into the evidence room and get the journals.
Yeah, I guess there's
Yeah,
that.
that's why you went there, isn't it? Because we
Yeah.
needed to get the journal.
Yeah, it would be a shame just to would be a shame just to do all that, get punched for nothing. That would be a shame.
That would be
So who's lost hit points this far?
me.
Not me, not at all.
Okay, so just Jeremiah and Howard.
And after this full night's sleep, I will be back at full.
They fall. You're right. So you guys definitely are going back to your driver's apartment.
Yep.
All right. It's
Sleeping at
definitely.
that.
I guess we can roleplay for just a little bit.
What's the
Katsuka.
process of?
As he's driving, as you hear oh, let's sleep at your place. He there's a jolt to the car a little bit. He looks back. You want to stay at my place, sir?
Yes.
Wouldn't your place be more comfortable?
Normally it would be, but we kind of have to stay here.
Ah.
We have business here early in the morning.
Yeah, we have early business. Rather
well,
not have you wake up so early,
Of course, sir. I wasn't expecting visitors. I hope you'll allow me to clean up a little.
Yeah, of course.
He nods. He awkwardly drives back Like his boss is asking to stay at his house.
Yeah,
What
that
are you gonna do? Say no?
I know! You're fired! Like, I don't have any other
Well, you know,
benefits.
It's a shame if
since you
something
love
happened
having
to
a
your
job so
employment.
much.
Do you want my bed too?
Well, if you're offering.
I have the couches, and for Mr. Jeremiah, I have the floor.
Will the hobo be staying with us?
Nah, not tonight. Not here
The
anyways.
hobos are good. I don't have to worry about thieving. All right. Well, that was a fun session.
Who says I can't steal?
Oh no.
The police
That
still
was-
never asked any of our names.
Yeah, they don't.
It's
Yeah.
pretty great. It's pretty great.
Yeah. A lot of interesting stuff happened this far.
Oh yeah.
Plot
Session.
thickens, and we got deepened into the mystery of
We
where
got some
Richard Gray went.
combat.
We did get some
Ooh.
combat in. Nice. Good job initiating that. You get inspiration.
Woo!
Sweet. So I guess whoever initiates a chase sequence, which I had like a plan for, which I've never done before. So whoever initiates a chase sequence might get inspiration too.
I think I could initiate a chase sequence with my daring escape.
with your daring escape.
Hopefully
Absolutely.
the rolls go my way.
Yeah, man.
They will
luck
not. You'll trip, and then
luck
they'll just
this round is
Like on my 75 sleight of
Some
hand,
beat
failing
circle
like
form
8
around
times
you.
in a row.
man. Yeah.
Unfortunate.
But you guys all had a pretty large amount of success.
I don't think I had that many
This is
successes.
my hidden stealth.
I think I have
I think I had
photography, psychology, and library use. I'm getting good
Nice.
psychology right now.
You
Averaging
got
about
a
3 a session.
persuade, huh? And another
Oh,
persuade.
just persuade. But you are our
I had
talker.
something else.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I failed
Oh,
the
yeah.
library use.
Yeah, you got intelligence, but that's not a skill, darn it.
I feel like I
Yeah.
must have
Because
gotten.
when you push a
intelligence.
roll and succeed, it does. You don't
Yeah.
do it right.
Yeah, you don't push or use luck, it doesn't count.
Yep.
There's,
Well, dang. All right. So
yeah, just persuade.
so Sky, you mentioned you had somewhere to be on the 24th?
I have a concert on the 24th.
All right.
Singing Beethoven.
Whoa, Beethoven.
Yep.
Cool.
I'm pretty
Sweet.
sure. Let me double check. But yeah, that's.
Right. If we need to reschedule, we can do it. Is there another Saturday left in this month?
Yeah. So the
Or a
concert
Friday, I mean.
is so call time
Yeah,
is 6:30.
31st.
So it'll
31st.
certainly be like the entirety of the game.
All right. All right, we can reschedule. So not next week, but the week after, we should all be good, right?
Yeah.
Sweet. Should give me some time to plan.
That's the 31st, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be the 31st.
Yeah. That
Yes,
should be good.
indeed. All right, sweet. Well, until then, I hope you all have a good one, folks. And to the players, have a good couple weeks.
Remember
I'm
to eat
excited.
vegetables.
Remember to eat your veggies. I'm excited to see what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Goodbye, everyone.